can just see I've clicked on this runnable jar, and this is connecting to our university provided server. I'm going to go ahead and log in using my account details, show a little bit off with how the GUI works. So of course, as you can see here, you can hit register and you can register a new account, or if you forgot your user ID or password, you could do that as well. But in the interest of time, you just have to trust me that it works. We also have a chat room for each game that can be toggled on or off. And you can see that right now that there are 3 games here with nobody actually playing in it. We also have a menu bar, and all this is modular, so obviously you'd only have to change it one place in the code. And we could also search games, we could check out the leaderboards, and you can see all the different players and where they're ranked. We can also take a look at users' profiles. This is my profile, obviously. If I were to navigate to somebody else's profile, they wouldn't be able to see some of this info right here. And because I'm an administrator, I can see user listing and I can ban people. Like I could right now go ahead and just ban John. I don't think he'd be very happy about that, so I'm not going to. And you can also report people in chat. So let's go ahead and start a game. Now I'm going to do this using Eclipse on a localhost client. I'm going to create my own server locally, and the reason why I'm going to be doing that is just because I don't want to deal with any connection issues that might cause the game to get interrupted if somebody gets dropped. And we'll just call this demo game. It's going to be 2 players. We can leave chat on, that's fine. And I'm going to join that here. What is a deck builder application? Well, if you've ever played something like Ascension or this is a classic. The GUI is obviously pretty simple, but you could dress it up. And we did everything from the ground up, from the game engine to the chat. We didn't use IRC, and the GUI was all done in Java. So the downsides of that is we had to spend quite a bit of time passing data back and forth between server and client, and passing data back and forth in Java involves sockets or RMI or something like that. And the good news is you as a client, you only need Java, you need nothing else. And the code's also very modular, it'd be easy to upgrade, and it's also quite bulletproof. So if we were to make changes to one part of the application, it wouldn't cause problems on the other end. So if we had used different frameworks and Google changed something in their Angular API, it might screw up with our Java backend or something, or how it works if it's not passing data correctly. So we don't have to make those changes because it's all the same API. So I'm just going to start playing a game. As you can see, you have this really crappy starter deck. So I'm going to be fast forwarding or skipping through the video. But basically you have stealth cards, as you can see, and you have attack cards. So your goal is to get as much of these right here, the brown colored cards, to increase your time, and you progress to time until you win. There was a cut in the video because for whatever reason my screen recording software decided to conk out on me and didn't save the entire file. So basically you just play your attack cards and your stealth cards, and as you can see that increments these counters. Then I go ahead and purchase stuff. So I can afford Bury. I'm going to go ahead and purchase that. I'm also going to have 2 attack here. I can't afford any of these, so I'm just going to get a not so important historical figure. Alright guys, so as you can see here, I got a somewhat more interesting card here. I can discard 3 cards and draw 3 cards. So I'll just show you how that works. I don't really have a very interesting deck right now, but the idea is if you had a very good deck, you can get rid of the crappier cards, the entry level cards, and get nicer cards. So let me just go ahead and get rid of these 3. And as you can see, I got 3 new cards. And because I couldn't afford that card, it just let me know I can't afford it. Can't afford that either, obviously, because these are stealth cards. And then over here, I have this Sonic suppressor that'll just give me 3 cards. Alright guys, so you can also defeat historical figures. I have enough money now to do that, so click on that. And you can see there's some little flavor text that's there. One of the things I didn't mention is that these logs synchronize across screens. And so right now I only have 2 players, but I can play with up to 4. And it's just like the chat. Right, so I can, report if this guy says something that's inappropriate, then I can just say, oh, I'm going to report you. Looks like I got Bury over here again, so hopefully I can get something nice this time, since, yeah, I got a little something better out of it. And looks like I have enough to buy Abe. So you can see how that card can be quite useful. Now this card is super powerful for only 3 points because I get 3 extra cards. You can see here now that we've got Hitler. He's a incredibly destructive figure, which is why he's worth 15 points. He's basically impossible to get, but if you do get him, you win half the game since you only need to get up 2,000 points for the game to end. So, I mean, 15 attack, that's going to be hard to come up with, so we'll see if that happens. Okay, back over here, we have Bury. I'm going to use that again. And looks like I got something a little bit better, just like last time. Nothing spectacular. I still can't do much. I can choose between luck and the timing, gain 2 stealth, draw 1 card, or gain 2 attack. So I guess I'm going to go with time loop strike. Over here, we've got the Sonic suppressor, so see how that added some cards. And whoa, I got really lucky. I drew another Sonic suppressor that I had bought earlier. So, bam. Wow, that is insane luck. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spend some of these. By the way, if I didn't do that, I'd have additional cards showing up, so they do show up. Man, I'm just getting really, really lucky. Wow, I know I had 3 Sonic suppressors in the deck. So basically what happened was I ran out of my discard, it reshuffled, and it went back into my deck. So I just got insanely lucky. But looks like I have enough money to buy Hitler. And I have crazy amount of stealth. So, I mean, this has been working for me pretty well now, so I'm going to buy another one of those. Sacrifice, I'm going to show you guys how that works. Alright, finally I end my turn. So you can see how this game is basically just about chaining attacks. That's really all it is. If you get really lucky like I just did, you can create an amazing, insane, crazy move. Got another Sonic suppressor. I didn't get that lucky this time. They didn't chain. Man, that was one crazy turn what we just saw there. I've never seen anything like that. Alright, back over to Wolfman. Looks like he is lousy with these Sonic suppressors again. I didn't get quite so lucky though. Enough to buy Queen Elizabeth and end the game. So there you go. At this point you can rate your opponents. I'm going to dislike myself because I'm quite unskilled. There you go. You just go ahead and do that. And I could always like this guy, so I'm going to go ahead and like him. And if I try to like or dislike myself, obviously I can't do that. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little presentation. Take care.